God.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
You barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What? Let's do it right now. When I was getting a physical to play football, I think
I've never been fondled.
the RN, which obviously they check you for a hernia. And before she did, she's like, "Everything okay with your balls?" I was like, which I think she said because it was a 14-year-old kid, but
Well, see, here's the thing. I've always heard stories about that. Why is that so funny? It's the truth. They're
is
checking for
so-
testicular cancer.
It's so funny.
no. She wasn't doing that. She was checking me for a hernia.
Well, they're checking you for both.
Well, probably.
'Cause
No,
they're looking for
because,
lumps, right?
No, because
They're like all.
you can't. When they check for a hernia, they just
Don't they grab it? Or?
no. Have
See,
you?
I've never
I
had it
told
done.
you. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Oh.
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times a hit.
Yeah, they hate that one.
one.
There are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of
Oh,
them.
The
well,
second
that's what
one,
that's he sent me a picture.
Ready,
Ready
Ready?
two,
to
party!
We're ready
to party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on in, come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. And then I think there's another
I love
verse.
how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it. I have a list of movie titles that were almost called something else. Star Wars Episode 6 was almost called Revenge of the Jedi. We know this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're nerds. Alex might not have known that.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not Revenge of the Jedi.
No,
it's
no, no.
Return. I was like, bitch, you ain't no nerd.
Head cheese.
Head cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alex?
I have no idea.
Yep.
Yeah!
Why,
Nice!
Why head cheese?
Because I remember there's in the Texas Chainsaw, the remake in '01, they go into that rest stop
Mm-hmm.
and there's a pig's head
Yep.
in the display case, and head cheese is you boil
How
a
did you
pig's
make
head.
that freaking connection, Brett?
That is a photographic memory. at
Oh
work.
my god.
What is the McGangbang?
McDonald's McGangbang. Simply order a McDouble and a McChicken. The McChicken sandwich is placed directly inside the juicy McDouble, buns and all. So if a normal McDouble doesn't quite fill you up, take the chance by combining a McChicken McDouble from McDonald's secret menu.
So then do you just order the two different pieces, or do you
You
order
say,
a
I want the surf
McGangbang?
and turf, and they'll give you the two.
And they'll give you the two and you put it together. I'm not into the fish thing, but I think I would do the McGangbang.
Yeah.
That does not sound right at all. You know what, honey? Let's try a McGangbang.
Are you bringing that to the table, Alex? Are we
We
having
can
this
set it on the
discussion?
table and do it right here on the podcast. Try a McGangbang on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
She's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and then she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is
Oh,
very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
you, John. I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
We're doing some friggin' Christmas trivia.
Welcome to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Josh.
Alex.
Sorry about that. I forgot to open up my audio recording app, so I had to do that. And in doing that, we were behind like normal. So welcome. We are an hour and 10 minutes late.
I mean, from the normal time.
From our normal time. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Don't confuse me. Don't look confused. You know what I'm saying. On this day, 11 years ago, BioShock Infinite was released on current-gen consoles and PC in 2013.
Yeah, and I remember you playing that and having the holy shit moment. Like,
Yeah.
I woke up to you, like,
Oh, yeah.
yelling at the TV screen.
Closing out the trilogy and arguably one of the best franchises.
Yeah.
Then it made me cry. If I had the opportunity to go back and like play one video game for the first time and have the experience all over again, I think that's on the top of the list of like
I'd
video
say
games
so.
I want to re-experience and of that nature.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's a
So
good
it's
one.
been 11 years since BioShock Infinite. I think we need a sequel.
It sounds like they may or may not be working on one.
It's been all over the place.
But I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah. So how are you? You're.
I mean, I'm okay. How are
Yeah.
you?
I'm good. How's your tattoo?
Well, I mean, it's been a week, so it doesn't hurt as bad.
Talk about it.
Oh, you want me to talk about it?
Well, yeah, that's why I brought it up.
This is a talking
I
show.
brought it up for no reason. Absolutely, guys, don't just ignore everything I say in this entire show because I don't bring up anything for a reason.
So I've had this planned and scheduled for probably over a year now. It was originally, I think me and my best friend Amanda, we went and got tattoos last Monday, like our official best friend tattoos.
Yeah.
And originally we were going to, we were talking about it last, like probably April, May.
Yeah.
When we were really throwing around ideas, and then we got it scheduled, and then it was scheduled sometime early August, and then somebody threw a Molotov into the tattoo parlor and burned the place to the ground. And I am really picky about who tattoos me and what is tattooed, unlike my best friend.
Yeah.
And I wanted to not go to just any artist. I actually researched people in the area and found somebody that does exactly what I was looking for.
So you guys scheduled it to when?
So we scheduled it
Monday?
from August until last Monday. So
Yeah.
March.
How long did it take the tattoo?
3 hours apiece.
Yeah.
My biggest, actually, I think that was, thinking of Amanda's tattoos, I think that might be her biggest tattoo as well.
Yeah. Same
Yeah.
size as yours? Yours is?
Yeah.
So you both got them on the cheeks.
We did.
booty cheeks.
We got them on our booty cheeks because, I don't know, we originally were talking about like, oh, let's get it on. I think our original plan was let's get it on our ribs.
Uh-huh.
And then we decided that we didn't want that, and I don't know why. I think I was just looking up best friend tats, and then I saw a whole bunch of girls getting like almost like hidden bestie tats,
Okay.
and they were on like, you know, butt cheeks, and you would
Yeah,
put your butts
but
together.
they were small.
And,
They're like
oh
probably
yeah,
all
so
hearts or
originally I was
initials or
thinking
something.
like, oh well, let's do something from like our childhood, and I was like, well, what if we get like little Care Bear hearts on our butts? You know, like the
Oh,
Care
that would've
Bears
been
have like
good too. Yeah.
a heart on their butt.
Yeah.
And we were each going to get it in our, like, the same, like, a color. And then that turned into, why don't we get each other's lips tattooed
gonna be a kiss.
on each other's butts?
That's right. I remember that.
We were going to, like, do, like heavy lipstick, kiss something, and then
Yeah.
They were gonna like that was the other thing, and then we both decided we didn't want that. We wanted something more like, no, we really want to do something childhood like to remind us of our childhood. And one big thing that came out like basically a year after Amanda and I met was Pokemon. And her and I were obsessed.
I didn't know she was a Pokemon person for a while.
Yeah,
A long while.
She was obsessed.
That's good.
She did
good.
everything just like I did. Yeah. But yeah, so I got
what'd you choose?
I got Mew.
Yeah.
And then she got Charmander.
Okay.
So
Those are
I
both
got
your favorites.
I got mine on my right butt cheek, and she got hers on her left. So when we stick our butts together, they
come together.
they come together.
So I never realized how much I hit the right side of your butt.
Oh, I know you. Whenever you go to like smack or grab, it's always the right side. That's why I
We
was.
found
that's
that
why
out.
No, I've always
Well,
known that.
we just found that out.
But I
now that it's a
realized
little bit
how
more.
much-
Maybe I'm realizing
how
more.
much more often you try to do that. And I said no. So
Just did it right before the
it
show.
is also like we originally were quoted like palm size, and it's more like hand size.
It's pretty big.
But I'm happy with the size. I think if it was smaller, it wouldn't look. I don't think the detailing and everything would be as good. But artistic wise, I love it. I think it looks really cute. And so does hers. I would just want to like, I don't know. Hers is like. Charmander's like kind of leaning back, like as a little, like it's almost like a baby Charmander, and he's just like, "Oh, look, a Pokeball!" I know, he's really cute.
So your healing process is going okay. So pain process.
Pain. I mean, this was definitely like I think I only have 3 tattoos, and this is my most painful one. But
Right.
I was actually extremely surprised because. I was so incredibly nervous because, of course, like the week or two prior to me getting the tattoo, I on Instagram, like I follow Inked magazine.
Yeah.
And they had put up
they put up a poll. That's right.
Like and said in the comments, like anybody that's tatted, tell me the worst place to get a tattoo. And like the top comments were like any type of pit, so like armpit, elbow pit, knee pit, like those bendy areas are really bad. Top of feet or hand, and then butt was on there, and then ribs. And I was like, oh great. And then like a week after that, the artist that did my tattoo posted kind of the same thing. It was like an ask me anything kind of thing that she did, and one of the question was, what's the most painful place that you've tattooed somebody? And like her top 3, the top one was booty in big letters.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh great. And then we go and I lay down, and I was like, by the way, where do you think the most painful spot to get a tattoo is? And she was like, where you're getting it today. I was like, oh God. And she said, I'm not joking. I have my whole, I don't remember what side she said, but she said, I have my whole cheek done on one side.
You panicked that
and
set, right?
Yeah. And she said, she's like, I got my whole cheek done, and I had to do it in like multiple sessions because I couldn't handle it. And then she was like, which, by the way, if you absolutely need to take breaks, tell me to stop or anything to let me know. And I was like, oh my God, this is gonna hurt. Because I was like, man, you smacked me enough on my butt, and I'm like, I've fallen on my butt. I'm like, come on, it can't hurt
nothing.
that
No
bad,
way.
right?
Nerve endings everywhere.
Oh yeah, there's nerve endings everywhere. So one thing that she told me that will happen, she's like, no, don't be afraid that if your butt twitches a little bit when I'm doing it, like it's normal. I will work around it. I'm used to it. Like there's just a bunch of like, nerve endings, and you can't help. It's like an automatic, like I can't control it. It just kind of like a couple times.
Yeah.
But I don't know, there was, I think pain scale, what I've told everybody is 0 to like 10, being like 10 being excruciating and I can't handle it, and 0 being like I don't feel anything. It was like a 4, I think, at the most.
Yeah. Right.
It wasn't that bad at all. And she did, like I said, it took 3 hours, and I sat through the whole thing. I laid on my belly. She gave me a pillow, and I about fell asleep a couple times, and she kept going, like she would do like the outline and put something on to go like let it set for a minute, and then go for refill her water or whatnot. And then she's like, you doing okay? I'm like, mm-hmm. And we start the coloring and like the shading and whatnot, which is like like multiple needles instead of just like one for the fine line.
Shading is
the shading. And she's like, all right, so this one's gonna be a much larger set of needles, blah blah blah, so it's gonna hurt a little bit more. I'm like, okay. I mean, there was
Okay.
one point in time where it felt like around the Pokeball. I'm pretty sure it's where it is because that's where I bleed all the time.
Yeah.
Where it felt like there was a scalpel blade kind of going across my skin, but it was like, there it goes. I got it.
I can attach it.
It felt like a scalpel blade going across my skin a little bit, and I was like, but it wasn't like unbearable. It was still like at a 4. It wasn't that bad at all. So I finished. She says, "Wow, you did a great." I didn't have any breaks or anything. And then my bestie gets on the table, and I'm like, this is like her 17th, 18th tattoo.
Right.
So I'm like expecting her to just fall asleep like I did. And she's like, she's not even through the outline. She's not even through the outline yet. And she's like doing this with her face. I'm like, you okay? She's like, I'm all right. It just kind of hurts a little bit. I'm like, it hurts? and like every single time she would go like towards like basically her butt crack area. Well, I mean, it's not towards like our crack, but like towards that area instead of the outside. She would wince, and that's where Charmander's tail is. And she was like, "Oh, is she doing the tail again?" Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And then so like Amanda, like, she didn't take any breaks or anything, but she would have to like, after the shading, then she'd get up and move around. And then the artist came
she was
back.
having a problem.
It wasn't like that bad. I asked
Not
her like
awful problem, but,
right
it was...
before she started the background, like the shading, which was the last part. She shaded everything and then left the tail for last because she knew it was really sensitive. And I'm looking at me and I'm like, it's like, so where's your pain level? She's like, oh, probably about a 6. And I'm like, really? And then she like she goes, all right, I know this part hurts, but we're gonna do it quickly. And then started doing the shading around the tail, and she's like, Amanda's like, no, a 7.
A 7, yeah.
And the tattoo artist is like, do you want me to pause for a second? No, just keep going, just get it done. And then we get up, and Amanda's like, I'm never getting a tattoo on my ass again. And I was like, I guess I just have like a higher pain tolerance,
right.
I guess. So like I've always been able to handle piercings just fine, and
that's good.
I have a tattoo on my wrist, barely hurt. The one on my ankle hurt for a second, but that's only because it was over a tendon.
Right.
But yeah, no, sat through it for 3 hours and about fell asleep.
Yeah.
I'm already wanting to get another one.
Well, you'll get another
It's an
one
addiction.
soon,
It really is. Anybody that has a tattoo will tell you it's an addiction. Like
really?
there's especially after I get to take the second skin off.
Yeah.
Which is like a plastic covering that sticks to your skin for a
You're
few
doing
days.
that today, right?
I'm probably going to take it off after the show, actually. And then shower and whatnot.
Okay.
So the funny part is because it's on my ass.
Yeah.
So before I got my second skin, like you have to wash it a couple times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, how am I going to do that? Like, I can't just take I don't want to take a shower every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know some people do, but I don't. But you gotta, it's my butt.
Right.
I'm like, I gotta keep my butt clean.
My butt's been wet.
Luckily, my upstairs bathroom sink is lower, so I've been basically sticking half of my ass in the sink,
cleaning half your cheek,
and the mirror is low enough that I could just watch myself go wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
With soaping at my butt all wet, rinse it off. But I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, I'm washing my butt in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I can't, like, I told her that we really didn't really get a picture of both of us, like the tattoos, like back to back, just because mine took 3 hours and I had to get bandaged, and then hers took 3 hours and she had to get bandaged, and then she had to go to work. So once we're all healed up, we'll probably take some cute pictures of them and whatnot.
We had hosted a St. Patrick's Day party.
Oh my God. I forgot that was a thing.
Between shows.
Yeah, we've been busy.
We've had a few busy
weeks. We have been busy.
Yeah. So we hosted a few people, and we had some rock band out, played some beer pong. Brett and Rick did amazing on beer pong. 9 games in a row.
It was the Super Bowl of beer pong.
If we had a tournament going, they would have won it.
They could have been in like the beer pong championships.
They were doing amazing. They were so good that night. But no, Rick and Brett freaking did a couple hours of that. We played 3 games.
They couldn't be stopped.
We played 3 games of Kings.
I know. I think, and we finished it.
The third one was a hard struggle.
It was a hard. That's when you know it started. When people start asking multiple times whose turn is it?
Yeah.
It's people are drunk and we need to stop playing games.
Yeah. Like I was starting to feel a little like
usually after the
whoa.
first game, everybody's like, maybe we'll play a second game or let's play something else. But
Yeah.
no, everyone's like, can we play again? I'm like, oh, that's right. Everybody's in their early 20s. They want to play again.
We stayed out the longest too. So the old
I
people
know.
did.
The old people did.
Yep.
I mean, the younger kids did stay for like until after midnight this time.
One. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they were here for a while.
They were struggling for that hour though, I could tell.
Some of them had been working since like
I know.
been
7
up
a.m.
since 6.
Yeah.
So
we had that. It was an awesome St. Patrick's Day party. First time we ever hosted a St. Patrick's Day themed party. Everyone showed up in green. It was good.
yeah.
It's a good time.
Originally, like I wasn't gonna do a St. Patrick's Day party. It started off as just like, you know what? I think the girls at my old job really need a break and need to hang out and let loose and chill.
Right.
So I originally was just gonna like invite a bunch of the work girls over and have a party that way. And one of the girls said, well, you know what? In a few weeks is St. Patrick's Day. Why don't you do another theme party? I'm like, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
So yeah, I mean, it was worth it. It was good.
Yeah.
And it was a smaller turnout this year, or not this year, but like for this party, which ended up actually being good because we could I didn't have to keep going from one side of the house to the other to check on like.
Oh, this is the one time
how
we had a
people are
small
doing.
party and it was a good amount of people.
I know it was like the perfect
just
amount of
enough.
people. Like we all played Rock Band together, and then we all played cards together, and then we were all in the kitchen doing drinks together and talking. Then we were all playing beer pong together. So it just there was just enough people to kind of travel in a group from here to here and
a couple
whatnot.
more people would have been fine, but I'm saying like we were at a good level where we didn't have to entertain that much.
No.
Everyone
I mean,
was
I
pretty
love
much
hosting
conversing.
parties, but like
Oh, it's
when we do
great.
like our Halloween and
We-
yoga parties,
We prepped for
Yoga
those.
parties.
We have time to prepare mentally. This time we were like we're like
No, we're
it's
just like, we're
still-
having
it's
people
still
over, it'll be
winter, we're
fine.
having a lot of people over.
Yeah.
Socializing.
I made a new drink that was a hit.
You seem to just be the bartender.
I
now.
guess the last couple parties I've been making shots for what are they called? Not gummy bears.
Oh yeah, gummy worm.
No,
Well, it tastes like a gummy bear.
no, it doesn't.
Pineapple. Yeah, it's a
No.
pineapple gummy bear.
Maybe they're gummy bears.
Yeah, the pineapple gummy bear one is what you've been doing for 2 parties in a row.
Sure.
And then this one you did something else, but you did
Could have
some
sworn
of the
it's not a
same
gummy bear. I
ingredients.
think it's something
It's
else.
a pineapple. It's a pineapple gummy bear. It's a
It just
whitish
says
clear
pineapple
drink,
juice in it. It's
but it's a gummy bear. It's a pineapple gummy bear.
Okay. Well, either way, I've been making it at the last couple parties, and that has just been like we finish the bottles of alcohol
It's all
with
gone.
shots.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
The whole concoction.
Like, and
is
I
out.
do like, and that's in shots. So I mean,
And-
they're poured in like
yeah.
tiny amounts, and then all the bottles of alcohol are gone by like a few hours.
Yeah.
So this time, because if you listen to the last podcast with Blue Poo,
I forgot about that.
the last podcast.
So she's good now.
episode-
She's solid.
So I'm solid now. It took seriously like a week though for my stomach and gut to
Yeah,
reset, and I'm
you and I
still
dealt
like
with
when my
some-
stomach is empty, it's still like it hurts.
We're dealing with a little bit
Yeah.
of aftershock of
It's-
that.
it's
Whatever
bad.
it was.
So anyways, so we're at Walmart, right? And we're trying to, I had made a suggestion to the girls and I was like, hey, what's some kind of fun St. Patrick's Day drink that you guys want me to make? Like as like a, in a whole like pitcher thing.
Yeah.
So somebody, the person that came up with doing the party texted me and she said, hey, here's this, really cool, I don't remember what it's called, but it's a St. Patrick's Day thing.
But it had
So like
had
the
the
one of the
blue
main
thing.
ingredients is blue Caraco, and I was like, I went to go start grabbing the alcohol, and I'm like, you know what? And I text her, I'm like, you know what? Exactly a week ago, I found out I might be severely allergic to this shit.
Mhm.
So I can't make this drink. So in a pinch, I just looked at the alcohol at Walmart and I went, that looks good. That will mix well together. That will. And we're just going to put all this together and hopefully it tastes good. And it was a fucking hit. I'm probably going to make it the next couple times.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I used, for anybody that wants to know, I put like a whole entire bottle of
Cherry
limeade Svedka, which is vodka, in a pitcher, and then I added the same amount like that's in that bottle. I added that equal to pineapple juice to thicken it up and make it sweet, and then I added like topped the rest of the pitcher off with some Sprite,
and then
I chopped up 2 or 3 limes and 1 lemon and put that in there.
I forgot about the fruit.
Yep, put that in there. Let that sit for a couple
had the fruit
hours.
at the end of the night.
I had 2 or 3.
You could have given the fruit.
Oh hell no. Did you want to see those? They looked disgusting. No, at the bottom they were
saturated.
Ugh, they look gross. And then to make it like green, I just put like
you put too much green.
I didn't realize how much food coloring.
Like a squeeze bottle.
I was like, oh, okay, well, let's just put like a quick squeeze of green food coloring, and I went squirt. Oh,
too much.
That's
you needed a drop.
I needed like probably a drop.
It probably would have been perfect.
I probably would have been, but I put a squeeze. So only put a few drops if you're gonna make this recipe. And then I added.
It's enough.
And then I added some edible luster dust, which basically like just looks like swirls of glitter. So it's like it looked like a green potion, basically.
People called it the leprechaun jizz.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the drink of the night, and it was a hit. I think almost everybody went for it and were pouring cups, and I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna have to start add more vodka, we're gonna have to start add more Sprite. Like, yeah. Like it was almost gone in the first hour.
I drank vodka the whole night. I did watermelon vodka with Baja Blast Mountain Dew. It's pretty awesome. I liked it.
Oh, and you made some amazing watermelon.
I made some great watermelon jello shots. People were saying they're a little too strong. You said they were perfect.
No. For me, perfect. Like so when you're not drunk and you were to take that first, it's pretty fucking strong.
Yeah.
They were strong. Now, after you've had a drink and you're kind of like used to the alcohol in your mouth kind of thing.
I did. So with 2 packets, you do 2.5 cups of, was it 2 cups? 2.5 cups of water at the end of cold water. I did 2 cups of vodka and a half a cup of water.
Maybe should have done a little bit more water and less vodka then?
Well, no, you said it was
I know.
perfect.
I thought that they were good, but the youngins thought they were strong.
I'll make.
But after the youngins had a couple of them, every time I grabbed,
we have like 2 left.
No, we have 3.
We
have 3. And there was like 20, 30.
Oh, your mic is dying or something.
Yeah, it was like 20, 30.
Do you need to mess with the cable? Plug the cable.
It's this.
What?
It's my headset.
No, it's not your headset.
It's not my headset.
No, it's your mic.
Oh. No, it's fine.
Your headset wouldn't cause your mic to go out.
Oh, well, I thought it was my headset.
No.
Okay,
never mind. That doesn't short out a
oops.
Different channel.
Different channel. Aliens are here. Anyways.
No, it's. I think your mic might be.
It sounds like it's fine. It sounds fine to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, let's get back to it. So it was a really good party. What else has happened?
We went to a cover band night at our local bar. And they had sold out. And it was a sold out show indeed.
Oh, yeah.
They did a lot of our early 2000s,
it was
late
basically
90s,
like
barely late 90s.
It was like a middle school, high school rock concert.
So they started playing some of the music, and I was like, man, I just want to jam out at home. So like an hour in, I said, hey, how long do you want to stay? I want to go home and play Rock Band. We still have yet to play Rock Band.
I know.
This is the long story short of that. But I conserve my energy by not doing anything at this and like half the show. And you're like looking at me like I'm mad. I'm like, no, I'm at the end of the night. I'm like, no, I was holding my energy in to play Rock Band. But it turns out after we were done with the show, our bodies were done.
My body and my ears.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
I was having a grand old time. I was jumping up and down and
yeah.
It was good. It was a very good cover band.
You were enjoying yourself, and I was having a blast with you. So it was fun.
It was fun.
Except for that crazy guy that fell on us twice.
And that guy I was seriously waiting for him to he
vomit or something.
He spun for like 3 hours straight. It's like just
we
in a
there
circle.
For 3 hours.
Well, that's what it seemed like.
Like 3 songs straight. He's just doing
3. I'd say like 5.
And
he just kept spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and I'm like, the dude's drunk and probably on something else.
On a drug of some kind.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm surprised he's not just like puked. all over somebody.
Uh-huh.
Like, I was waiting for him to do that and get thrown out.
Oh yeah.
But no, it didn't happen. So.
Yeah. You're ready. You're ready to start a fight.
I was ready to start a fight. He bumped into me once and I threw him down.
Then he landed on me.
Sorry. He ricocheted off of
No,
somebody.
that was before. That was before he hit you. That was before he hit you. But it was a good time. I don't remember the band's name, but
I don't either.
Really
There was 2 bands.
They had a lot of energy and they played really well.
It was very hot in there though.
Yeah. You celebrated 6 years on Twitch.
I did on Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday was my 6-year Twitch stream anniversary. It was a lot of fun. We played some Halo.
Yes.
Halo. Yep.
Halo both, actually. Because it turned out that the Halo Master Chief wasn't cutting it a little bit.
Well, playing big team battle.
Yeah.
Just the types of matches we were getting wasn't working out, so we went to Infinite.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a good night. It was a really good night.
I had fun.
I guess the other things is like you made me a brand new YouTube video.
Yeah.
Which is out. If you guys want to take a look at it, it's youtube.com/cutekitty, KUTE _, or not underscore, but KUTE KITTI.
Hey.
What?
You also unveiled your cosplay.
I sure did.
I'm gonna pop one of those up here real quick, just to see if I can show it. It's on. Did you put it on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I put the
so
whole entire album on Facebook.
Okay, I'll be able to find it then.
So yeah, I unveiled my 2024 Cute Kitty cosplay. Which is drum roll. It is Pyramid Head from Silent Hill.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be Lady Pyramid Head.
Where's your most latest one?
Down
This
at the
one?
bottom. It's in order.
Is this the best one? Yeah.
That's
Open.
one of them. That's like my most recent, like what like everything that's
I think that one
done
will show.
basically.
That's what we can show.
Yeah. So I came out in in my what I have done in my cosplay on my Twitch stream on Saturday. Lots of people absolutely love it. My brother's been a big help with doing angles and making sure we've got straight lines and everything's in place, and yeah. He's helped me a lot with the helmet, just because I had like, if I didn't have his help, I would be so far behind, to be honest.
He's very
He's really good about like pristine
precise,
things,
yes.
and I'm not. Like, I was like freehanding things, and he was like, no, look, see, you freehanded this, look at how much this is off and how much, like, he taught me some things. So
he's really good.
yeah, so he helped me with the helmet, and I did all of the detailing, and
He can go into set design, I swear.
I just
So
got a lot of
here's the thing.
talent.
Here's what I'm noticing is, like, there's a lot of people that I know that have these different trades in the arts that we all seem to like connect to somehow. Like, we got friends who are podcasters, we got friends who are streamers, we got friends who are gamers, we got friends who do cosplay, and now your brother's doing cosplay. It's like we find like different sections of people.
If you think about it,
that do
Jake's
different
kind of
trades.
been doing cosplay since he was a child.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, he's been doing cosplay.
He
since
just didn't. We
he had
didn't
the
have a
opportunity
word
to.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't even call it cosplay. He's been doing
No,
crafting.
it was cosplay.
He's been doing crafting since he
Uh,
was a kid.
When he was in high school is when he made that Fallout armor. That was
That's when he was
cosplay.
Yeah, that was.
He
But
was
like
able
prior
to wear
prior to that, my mom had to basically hide.
He made weapons.
Yeah, she had to hide.
Not real weapons, but you know. Weapons.
No, he made it out of cardboard and duct tape. She had to hide any type of.
She had to hide the duct tape.
Had to hide duct tape, hide the
Sharpies
and stuff, because, like, I don't know why she did, but like he would go through all of that, like making
because
like,
he
would
wasn't
make things
contributing in the profits of it, like
whatever.
a way of getting that back.
I don't.
If you have a supply, like you could give away like a stack of duct tape rolls and a whole bunch of like paperwork or whatever,
Yeah.
go ahead, do that. Like, don't take from what's needed around the house. If it's a tool that's needed, you use duct tape for 1,000 billion things here. So,
But he made things like look legit.
oh yeah.
You give Jake cardboard and duct tape, or even just cardboard and glue. I mean, he's gonna make whatever you want out of it and make it look. It might even shoot. Like when I asked him, like, "Hey, I really want to make a bow for my Laura Croft cosplay." He went outside. It was
Oh, he made that
September, October.
inside
Went
a
outside
minute,
to the
yeah.
back of the yard, found some long sticks, wrapped it together with some type
Oh, he
of
made
cordage.
the sticks the same length, so he put them all three together, and he
Oh,
snapped
yeah.
the ones that needed to be
And
snapped.
then it was like 20 minutes, and he comes like I meant like, hey, can you help me out and have it done like within like a week or two? No, Jake like was, oh yeah, sure. Comes out in like 20 minutes and like gives me the bow
with it wrapped
all
and everything,
together,
and, yeah.
string and shooting, ready to go. And I'm like, does it shoot? And
It
he even
did.
made me an arrow, and he's like, I don't know, I haven't shot it. The damn thing shot.
Well, I mean, you can make bow and arrow shoot.
I know,
It's
but it
not-
wasn't like pink and then like the arrow
Yeah.
falls. Like, no, it like legit
Yeah.
shot. And I'm like,
it didn't
you made
fly
that like 20
fly
minutes.
meters. It flew like maybe a yard. But I'm not gonna
Either
say
way,
like you
it
could go
just
hunting
was-
with it.
No, but like for not just for, eyeballing it and putting it together. I was like, well, damn. But yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I've got a lot of work to still do on it. Basically, if you follow my Instagram at all, you'll be able
Cute
to,
Kitty on
which is just
Instagram.
Cute Kitty. If you look up literally anything Cute Kitty, you'll find me.
Yep. Excuse me.
So, but anyways, if you look on Instagram, I've been posting like every day. I've been trying to do some type of work on it. This weekend, like by Friday, is when I'm going to start trying to do a mock-up of my dress, gown, loincloth, whatever you want to call it.
You're running low on time here.
No, I'm still on schedule.
You're still on schedule, but you're running low on time. You only have a month.
Mhm.
Now you have a month.
Everything should be like the helmet and everything. Like those will all be primed by tomorrow or Wednesday, and then
Yeah.
like those coats have to dry for 8 to 10 hours, so that's like one day.
Mhm.
So by the weekend, they will be ready for painting.
Right.
And then, so yeah, I might be slightly ahead of schedule.
Good. We
Yeah.
need you to be, because there's a weekend or a day where you're not going to be able to, a few days where you're not going to be able to.
Mhm.
So you got to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Let's move on to playing and watching. We've got a lot of playing and watching to get to. You and I have been playing, as we were saying, Halo. We did Infinite, Master Chief Collection lately. Been playing some Fall Guys on my stream mainly. You play with us. Fortnite, it's been a good time too. Playing that on Saturday mornings. We did that. Got a lot of wins. It was, excuse me, very dry in here. My allergies.
It is.
Are
I think both
really
of us,
bad.
like, I'm sneezing and coughing. My eyes are dry. My nose is stuffed up. My nose is running.
I have to take nasal spray within 12 hours on the dot. It's a 12-hour nasal spray. I have to do Zyrtec every morning, and my doctor, for some freaking reason, won't prescribe me an actual allergy medication that's a little bit more powerful than over the counter, because
Just text her again.
I'm about to cough again, and I'm trying to hold it back because it's causing that like it's this weather, and
I know the weather's horrible.
the spring
There's
and
a
fall.
freaking blizzard going on with your parents right
Yeah,
now.
they
They already have 6 inches of snow.
I saw the meme that they shared was like a colored map of like crayons.
I know, it was like a kid
And it
like
said, "This is
crayon
our
map.
weather
This is the
pattern."
weather pattern, weather system coming through.
Yeah. Yeah, just all over the place. Just a colored.
Yeah. It was 70 degrees last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like this time last week. Or like a little bit, okay, maybe like a week and a half ago. And now it's like high of 40, low of 20.
I'm hoping that our friends who are listening, and if there's any that are just lurking, they didn't buy the South Park game yet. We're still on the fence.
Okay.
Are
It's just
you
because-
100% on it?
Well, I mean, after you told me that it got a real shit review,
It got a 3, and I'm gonna see what other critics are saying. I know everyone's like, wait until you do it yourself. I'm not gonna buy a $30 game if it's gonna be bad. Like, I don't want to.
The only thing I
can
can think of is that like if it doesn't make the sales, that
it'll drop. But
it'll-
that's the thing.
it'll
I don't
drop
wanna,
and go to Game
I
Pass.
still don't want to buy or play a garbage game. I mean, Game Pass is different. Game Pass is upsetting me a little bit from time to time. Like Dead Island 2 got added to it recently, and I was actually a little upset. But it's been out for almost a year,
Yeah.
so I guess it's time. But it feels like it was still pretty recent. You want down there, buddy? Yeah, I think you do. There you go. Okay.
Oh.
I think he farted.
He jumped off your lap,
He's
landed, and
sniffing.
went.
He sniffs
and he
himself.
sniffs his butt.
He does that.
He's so long that when he turns around almost in a perfect
He's
circle
like
to
a
sniff his
full-on,
ass.
like a full cup.
Pixel.
So watching though, we finished the Planet of the Apes reboot series.
Oh yeah, we did.
War for the Planet of the Apes. We finished.
Now it's time for Universe of the Kingdom of the Apes.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes will be coming out in May, and we'll be watching that probably in theaters. I don't know if we saw the first one in theaters. Did we?
Actually, I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't see the other two because they came out around times when we weren't just interested in the franchise. And we watched all three of them within a couple months, so they were all connected extremely well. If I want to give this trilogy a rating, it's perfect. It's a perfect trilogy.
I don't think it's perfect. I mean, I think
Really?
they're really good.
They all go together very well.
They do.
Especially 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
2 and 3. 1 and 2 has a slight attachment to each other, like as far as like there's a little bit of mention of 1, but 2 and 3 work together so well. Like they're really good. You wouldn't say it's a perfect trilogy though.
I mean, it's not.
What is your issue with it?
I don't know. It's just like maybe it's my own personal opinion. I don't think it's as interesting as like.
What's wrong with the trilogy?
Nothing's wrong with it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like it's
I'm rating
not
the trilogy to as like together like
together. I give it like an 8.5.
Yeah.
Like it's up
Which
there.
one's your favorite?
2.
That one was
What's the one where what's his
Dawn.
face says run?
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
That's 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like 2.
Where the
I can't remember
orangutan
his-
says run for the
I
first
can't
time.
remember his freaking name already. Maurice.
Maurice, it was your
Yes,
favorite character
he's my favorite.
too.
Well, actually no, I really like 3 though because of Bad Ape.
Oh yeah.
No,
Bad Ape.
Bad
Steve
Ape.
Zahn. I called it. I loved 3.
3 is actually never. I kind of like 3 the most.
There's very few movies where the third one's the best.
Yeah.
Like where you will like the third one more. Like some people like Die Hard with a Vengeance more than 1 and 2, which I can agree with that. 3 is pretty good for the Die Hard series. This one, War for the Planet of the Apes. Toy Story 3, I mean, that is a great trilogy right there. The third one's perfect. I mean, there's just like, I'm excited for the fourth one. Comes out in May. I give this trilogy a 9.5. Pretty enjoyable. What's up?
Brian in chat says Lord of the Rings is a perfect trilogy.
Yes, it is.
I would probably agree with
Yes,
that.
it is. Yes, it is. That's written very well, and Peter Jackson did a great job. Even though Lord of the Rings has some parts, or like the Two Towers has some parts in it that was in the other book, like the beginning of the Two Towers, I believe, is in the end of Fellowship. But I do agree that Lord of the Rings is pretty much a 9.5 to 10 for me. Like it's pretty much perfect, especially the extended cut. Extended is great. Back to the Future was written pretty well, but yeah, I think they all had like a good. I watched all 3 of them. Did you watch all 3 Back to the Futures, Alex?
Mhm.
Do you remember them really well?
I remember 1 and yeah, I remember
1
the
is
most.
the most easy. It's the easiest one to remember. 2 is like right there with it, and then 3
and
a lot of
3
people.
I don't really remember a whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian said I haven't seen them, but I still try to figure out how the humans devolve to not be able to speak at all. I get the whole losing society, but speech is weird.
3, you see it. In 3.
They
3
kind of
finally shows you. In 3.
You'll like they explain
oh my
it.
God,
yeah,
3
it's messed up.
Ooh.
It's definitely messed up, but you have to watch.
And
they
it's a
explain
lot of
it.
foreshadowing in 3.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
It does. Yeah, so you just have to watch it, Brian.
I'm not ruining that by saying that.
Mm-mm.
You gave
No.
that look like you gotta spoil it, Josh.
No, I'm not. Yeah, like don't spoil it. Don't
but
spoil it.
3 had a great premise of
Like going back, and I'm like, you asked me again, like to think, like, what was my favorite one? And I'm like, well, and I'm going through each movie. I'm like, yeah, actually, I think the third one is the best one.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good, and it has the best everything. Like,
Well, each movie gets better and better as far as like
I agree.
acting
They go better.
and CGI
Yeah,
and
I agree.
realism and
Oh yeah. Well, the first one had the most realism. I think 2 was a little unbelievable, but 3 was.
I don't think so. I think 1 had the least.
But that's how they rise. Like, how are you gonna have them rise? How else are you gonna do it? Through a zoo, of course.
I know, but I don't know. It just okay. Well, I still just think 3 overall is the
3
best.
is the best. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree with that. So you and I saw the trailer for the Fallout TV series.
Mhm.
I'm really excited to see that.
I don't know jack crap about Fallout, and my brother probably
I
hit me
know a
upside the
number
head
of
for it because he
things.
loves Fallout.
I played
but
4. I played a little bit of 3. Not a lot, but I played
But-
both of them.
I have played. I can at least say like I played because I'm pretty sure he had me like he had it in VR or had some part of it in VR.
Oh yeah, there's I think he did a thing. There's a mod in VR.
Yeah, so he had me play like the very beginning or something of it. So I technically have played it, but
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. It looks cool,
Mhm.
unlike the Borderlands movie, but
Oh God. Yeah, but that's a movie. This is a TV series.
I know.
So we have to talk about the big one that's going around now. We finished it and started it within the time of the podcast because it came out last week. Quiet on the Set, the Dark Side of Kids TV series on HBO Max. Gosh, I don't know how to move into that.
Well, I don't want to because people are still watching. I don't want to spoil
We're not
it.
gonna spoil it.
Basically,
You can't spoil a documentary that's already of something
No,
that's
but
already
I mean,
happened.
if people told me what all you're gonna see, like then it's like, oh well, you told me, so I don't need to watch it.
Well, we're not gonna mention names of some.
No.
He is sniffing something
Basically,
wild.
it goes back to the beginnings of Nickelodeon all the way to like
Disney.
2000s
to
Disney, and just kind of shows you the type of shit kids on set went through and had to keep their mouth shut in order to keep a job and keep their dream going, and the
not just kids.
not
too.
just kids, adults too, but like
Women.
also like
Oh my God.
yeah, there's
Well, you didn't finish the first episode because you fell asleep during the episode, but I will tell you that was mainly the tamest episode.
well, yeah, I think each episode gets more and more horrific. There's certain things that you see, especially if you're in your like late 20s and 30s to 40s. If you grew up watching any bit of Nickelodeon, like you're going to see these types of scenes. They're going to show
every
you
episode,
and you're going to be like, "Oh my God, it was right in front of our faces."
Yep.
And
I used to have
nobody
Nickelodeon.
said anything.
I had Nickelodeon when I grew up. We had cable for a few years, and I was able to actually recognize a lot
but
of the
like
stuff
now that they
showed.
show you behind the scenes, like what actually was going on, like it's very easy to be like, oh,
it is so
it's extremely sad.
twisting.
Yeah, it makes me sick to my stomach.
So there is a documentary that already came out on, I believe, Hulu called The Orange Years.
Yeah.
That one was just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh yeah.
This goes into deep territory of some things, and I'm waiting for more, and they actually announced that there is a 5th episode that
I
should
think it's
be
just like they're probably waiting to release that 5th episode to get this to do what's happening now, which is getting people to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Before they really drop the bomb.
Right. It's gonna be a crazy, like, you hear stuff about some of the stars like Amanda Bynes especially, and Drake Bell. Those are the big two.
Lindsay Lohan.
They don't go into Lindsay Lohan.
No, but I mean like in Hollywood growing up.
They don't go into her. They don't talk about her at all.
No, I was in general.
I'm talking about the people that they talked about.
Oh, okay.
The stars. And then they went into a lot of the cast members that I remember seeing on all that. Like, I always wondered why the cast always rotated. They were practically aged out, or their parents spoke up. It's just, it's either they
Basically,
were defended and they were kicked off.
Yeah, if you tried to say anything, like report anything, they were like, okay, you're replaceable.
Please tell me that Legends of the Hidden Temple is safe. Please.
I mean, I hope so. It was a game show.
Game shows, things can happen too behind the scenes.
I mean, yeah, but
like, Yeah, they had the game and sports part of Nickelodeon Gas. Some of the animation stuff got passed by. Like they didn't talk about the Ren and Stimpy stuff. That
No.
I'm surprised. So
Yeah.
maybe there's
There's
gonna be
definitely a
more to
lot
come
more
out.
things that they can talk about.
So check out the documentary, guys. It's definitely worth it if you got. Well, they're 45-minute episodes. There's 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up watching this, and so I mean, it just breaks my heart. So I definitely think it's worth seeing to see like what went down and what was right before our eyes, and we just whatever.
Well, especially if they get like the parents involved and how the parents were like, you have a sixth sense or a gut feeling about your kids, and they were right.
They were.
All of them said that they weren't really sure about certain people, and they had like a gut feeling that these kids should not be with these people, and they were more than right, unfortunately. So it's sad that even like the parents knew, but then they're like, okay, fine, you've convinced me, all right, whatever. Like, or they let their kids out of their sight for, a half a show or a day, and in that amount of time, that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's what's even worse is just like how crazy things quickly turn. But I mean, there was a couple. Actually, it was about a year ago. It was like, was it last summer or summer before, where we talked about on the podcast where Drake Bell got in trouble.
Yeah,
They
I think
mentioned that
so.
on this, that he actually like gave into that. It's a whole different mind.
I mean, he was spiraling. I mean, now that we know what was going on, like, it mentally fucked him up.
It really did. It really did. We need to move into our movie club.
Mm-hmm.
So it is musical March.
Mm-hmm.
And we did The Greatest Showman as the first one because you and I have been waiting to see that one. And you have been waiting to show me. I know, he's been acting weird. You've been waiting to show me Phantom of the Opera.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our one this time around. And this movie came out in 2004. This is the Gerard Butler version. Are you trying to call him? Just grab him.
Come here. Come here.
Stubborn wiener.
I gotta pull my wiener. Wiener. Oh. Well, that's not working. There's my wiener.
Just coddle him. I think he needs it.
You need coddle. Yeah, he needs coddle.
He's gonna wiggle around for a little while. So the synopsis of this: from his hideout beneath a 19th century Paris opera house, the brooding phantom schemes to get closer to vocalist Christine. Can you say her last name?
Dai.
Mm-hmm. The phantom, wearing a mask to hide a congenital disfigurement, strong arms management into giving the budding starlet key roles. But Christine instead falls for her arts benefactor Raoul. Terrified at the notion of her absence, the phantom enacts a plan to keep Christine by his side while Raoul tries to foil the scheme. Starring Gerard Butler, Emmy Rossum, and Patrick Wilson. This movie had $70 million on its budget. It made 154, so it made its budget back.
Good.
Critics,
it didn't make more, but it's a musical.
Critics give this a 33. Fans give it an 84.
Okay, that's better.
Would you stop raspberrying the microphones when I give you
my microphone?
Critics? You did that with The Greatest Showman, too.
It's my microphone.
You spit right into it because critics don't like musicals, I guess. Let me talk about because this is, okay, so this is me. Oh, don't roll your eyes. I think you're right.
I'm rocking the dog.
Oh, you're rocking the dog. I thought you were like, oh no, he's going to say something bad about my musical.
No, I'm rocking the dog.
I didn't care for this one.
Really?
Yeah, I did not care for this one. And I've been okay with musicals because I'm starting to just see them as like long-term music videos, So I just go through it and I don't have I'm not bothered by them like I used to be. This one bothered me because every sentence was in tune. Every sentence was a note. Every sentence was continuous. This is epitome of musicals upon musicals where they talk in sentence and it's in a tune and it continues just like that. That is annoying.
It's a musical.
No, no. The Greatest Showman is a musical.
Well,
separated amongst sentences and paragraphs
you would
of
like
actual
Moulin
story.
Rouge then, because Moulin Rouge is not.
I've seen half, if not most, of
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, it's definitely got like a lot of music in it, but there's still at least
this movie
talking.
bothered me a
sorry.
lot. The conversation was in note. If there is a reason to dislike a musical, it's probably this one, because this one has the consistent conversation going up and down, and that's not what I'm there for. I'm there for plot elements to be told through song, of course, but a song that has connection between beginning and end. Gerard Butler's continuous monotone was bad for me. Like, I could not stand it. It was cringe.
I'm sorry.
So, personally, I cannot say this is a good. Hey, he is being a pain in the butt.
Go tell him to lay down on the
I
blanket.
did.
Bring the blanket over here if you can.
So I when people say they don't like musicals, they probably think of this one, as opposed to, like, Grease is separated amongst scene, song. This has song within the scene, within another song, within a scene, within another song, within it. It's like it's continuous. It's a different style of musical.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me, personally.
Okay. Well, now I know what type of musicals you like.
Yeah. So I got
like Chicago is some like
exactly
where there's talking and
cinematics between the
song.
songs as well. I'm not talking like the songs have to be continuously droned out, and that's what this was. So no, I cannot give my recommendation on this one personally. I'm giving this one a 3. I'm going with the critics on this.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got to re-watch this after not seeing it in a long time. You're like, I'm sorry if I sing to it. You sang to like 2 songs because everything else was droned out.
Well, I didn't want to I wanted to sing through the whole thing, but I didn't want to annoy you, so I was trying not to.
Oh, I wouldn't have been
annoyed.
I know
almost all the songs because I listened to the.
To be honest, I was halfway falling
asleep
to almost every scene because it was just long, droned out. This movie is Hunchback of Notre Dame.
What do you think about the score though? Like the actual main score, the songs, like the Phantom of the Opera song, like the main songs.
That's fine. It's a good song. I like the drums that they added to it to make it more like modern, because it wasn't written like that in the 80s.
Oh no.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
I think that's his name. I have his name written down on the facts here because
my favorite part, or one of them, is
Andrew Lloyd Webber. He wrote this in 1988, I believe.
When they're opening, it's an opening scene and they're auctioning off the chandelier.
Yeah.
And they unveil the chandelier and then they pull it up and then everything starts to come to life and then stuff, and you hear that
Yeah, I like that.
They did a really good job at introducing it, and
when you can mess with color like that,
it gets me all goosebumpy. I like it.
That's
cool.
fine. That is fine. The beginning was fine, and then when they went through the mirror was also great too. But
that's probably my favorite scene.
Some of the songs are just some of the duets were not. They didn't work for me. They were talking over each other for most of the time.
There's 3 main songs that I like in there.
When they were down in his layer at the end, and they were doing the conversation back and forth. They were talking over each other. I had to read the subtitles in order to understand what the hell was going on because they were over each other.
You're in choir, that can you can.
But
do that
when
in
you
song.
are layering full tune notes over full tune notes with sentences of story, it's hard to follow.
I guess. Well, it's a good thing I told you to turn the subtitles on.
It's a mashup of blurb in my head. I couldn't distinctly understand what I had to turn to you while sitting there. What's going on?
sorry. Thank you for sitting through it.
So, what do you give this movie?
An 8.
Okay. You can definitely watch this on your own.
I mean, it'll be a while before I watch it again, but I think that the music and I think everything in it was really well done.
So music makes the musical. Unfortunately, I can't agree with you. I get
That's
this. The songs are. There's a couple of songs that are okay.
I also really like what's her face's voice. I don't know the main girl.
Emmy Rossum. I have said her name.
I'm not okay.
You've seen her in Poseidon. You've seen her in Day After Tomorrow. You've seen her in this movie.
Okay. I'm still.
Why are you okay?
I'm not gonna remember her name.
You've seen her 100 times.
I'm not gonna remember her name.
How many times have you seen Day After Tomorrow? Oh, a lot.
A few.
Yeah. She's in that, like, she's one of the main characters. So, what's up? You reading the comment on YouTube?
Yeah. Brian said Hedwig and the Angry Inch is a great musical rock opera. Never heard of that one.
Is that a Harry Potter thing? So I got some facts about this
Facts.
movie.
I wonder if I know any of them.
Emmy Rossum almost didn't get the part because her
She was
mother...
Too young?
No. Her mother didn't want her to miss her family reunion.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, director Joel Schumacher was able to convince her to leave early in order to sing for Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Oh, okay.
In Christine's debut performance as the star of the Opera House, she wears a costume that is the exact replica of the outfit Empress Elizabeth of Austria wears in her famous portrait. This includes the white de l'office's dress with full billowing skirt, as well as the diamond starburst in the hair and earrings. To add to his deformity, Gerard Butler had a string tied just below his eye.
I was wondering how they were
appear more
doing
deformed
that.
when pulled down. Cast members would often tug on it as a joke between takes.
It's like a.
That thing's sticking out the whole time. It's so
I was wondering how they
weird.
got him to do that. I'm like, man, they probably had to put eye drops in his eye multiple times.
The Phantom's white half mask prop that Gerard Butler wore for the film sold for £6,400 on eBay. So that'd go for like what, 12 grand?
Sure.
Here, whatever.
I don't know what the currency is.
Gerard Butler was not the only actor to go through hours of prosthetics. For the look of an older Raoul, Patrick Wilson was also he was made to go through hours of makeup to look much older than he was. He kind of had like a chin, like an extra chin, didn't he? Yeah. Both Gerard Butler and Patrick Wilson hated filming the water scenes.
Well, yeah, because they're in the water and they have to sing, and it's probably cold and gross. And
the movie went through 18 masks, mostly because the masks would get fingerprints on them. There was a very clean
It was very
mask.
clean. Yeah.
Very shiny mask. The casting process began in New York, but only singer actresses under age 25 were screen tested. Andrew Lloyd Webber was happy to go along with Joel Schumacher's instance on youth, but he had a demand on his own. He said, "Make them unknowns by all means."
Mm-hmm.
So this was probably one of her first Emmy Rossum's.
Probably.
Andrew Lloyd Webber composed 15 minutes of new music for the film. Some of it was reused on the stage sequel Love Never Dies in 2010. There's a stage sequel to this.
I
There's
didn't know that.
There's a sequel to Phantom of the Opera. Ooh, how would that work?
Well, I mean,
It's pretty final.
It depends on where the sequel
I don't
starts.
know if we have to worry about spoilers on this
Well,
one.
I don't know if it's because like it ends with so Christine dies.
Yes.
But it looks like she dies of old age.
She aged out.
She aged out.
Mhm.
So I wonder if the sequel's after Christine and Raoul take off and the Phantom is nowhere to be found. and that's what we see is the extended story.
Okay. So this is actually considered a horror movie. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, he goes around killing people and he got tortured as a child for his deformities and he's literally obsessed with Christine and wants to steal her and marry her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a horror movie.
The chandelier used was 17 feet high and 13 feet wide and was hung more than with more than 20,000 full cut crystal pendants.
Oh.
It took 4 months to construct and 5 days to assemble at the studio. Wow.
I mean, they didn't have to make an actual one. They could have just CGI'd it and been fine.
Mm-hmm. Joel Schumacher was Andrew Lloyd Webber's choice for director since the movie project was conceived in the early 1990s. So this movie project's been in the works for a long time before it came out. So he chose Schumacher after being impressed by his use of music in The Lost Boys. So The Lost Boys is influential to this movie.
I like The Lost Boys.
Lost Boys is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
The doll in the Phantom's lair that is supposed to resemble Emmy Rossum is not actually a wax model. It is Emmy Rossum. The production produced a mask of her face to use on the mannequin, but when they put in the fake eyes, it didn't look like her. She suggested to stand in as the mannequin instead. This was done by her being made up like a doll with waxy makeup on and her standing very, very still.
Huh. Is that why you were asking?
That's why I was asking if there's more
okay.
times.
Okay.
At the end of the masquerade scene, Raoul briefly enters a circular chamber full of mirrors.
Yep.
This is a reference of the original Phantom of the Opera novel, in which the Phantom used a mirrored chamber as a torture chamber to drive his victims insane. The theater fire was an actual fire. Joel Schumacher wanted realism, so they destroyed the theater for the scene.
Wow.
I don't know where this other fact went, but I do believe that Emmy Rossum was 17 at time of
I was wondering if you're
filming,
going to mention it, but yeah, she
and
was.
the others were in their 30s.
Yes, so she was like a teenager in the film.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
So
all they do is kiss. It's just like it's a play.
I get it.
You know, you do like kisses on stage and whatnot. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong. It's not like they didn't do anything. Like they didn't do anything else.
No, they didn't. So yeah, that's my facts. That's the movie.
Yeah, I was waiting for that one because that was like the one big controversial thing that I remember was that she was super young.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry.
But even so, her voice is amazing. So
I'm looking at my list of movies of what I want to choose for the next episode, because we're done with musicals now. But I'm looking. I'm like, I got some ideas.
Brian said something else.
Oh yeah, go ahead and read chat.
Chat, we've got how old is Phantom? Way past time for spoilers.
Oh yeah, 2004.
He says Phantom of the Opera is one of the classic Universal monster films, so it makes sense it's a horror movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I have an idea of what we're going to do. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Okay.
We've
never seen that one,
Never
but
seen it.
that's apparently a classic.
It is, from what I hear.
I mean, it's referenced, I feel like all these like Watch Mojos and stuff that we watch, like there's so many. Like I think we've seen like some of the same clips over and over, so it's got to be like
it's got to be that good if it's
that
been
good of
mentioned that
a
much.
movie that people reference it quite a bit.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Never seen it.
Let me look up the synopsis. Fear and Loathing, 1998. Johnny Depp.
I was gonna say, isn't it Johnny Depp? Because I remember.
For some reason, I think Nicolas Cage. I don't know. Who else is in this? Benicio del Toro, Tobey Maguire. Some other names you might not know, but I recognize some of them.
Brian said, make sure you read up on Hunter S. Thompson since it's about him.
Fear and Loathing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. An oddball journalist and his psychopathic lawyer travel to Las Vegas for a series of psychedelic escapades. That's the IMDb of it. Yeah. I mean, I could probably find a longer one if I wanted to.
Okay, well, let's leave it at that, and then we'll see. We'll circle back in 2 weeks and let you know if that's the synopsis.
Came out in 1998.
98 Johnny Depp should be good.
Yeah. So got a little bit of movie news before we get into our fan question here, because we're gonna be talking about WrestleMania here eventually. But got some stuff. Mm-hmm. First of all, Happy Gilmore 2's in the works. Netflix is signed on for producing it. It's a Happy Madison production as well, or distributing it. Distributing. So that kind of dwindled the what's the word I'm looking for? The demand for it in my brain, because Netflix and Adam Sandler movies have been summer. There's been one good one that I've watched, which was Uncut Gems, which I think was a Netflix one.
I think it was, but that was a good
That was
one.
a great movie. Uncut
Yeah.
Gems is great.
Mhm.
But that's a different type of Adam Sandler film altogether.
Watching a movie stresses me out.
Thinking of the end, just
I know.
So here's some stuff I wrote down for what I want out of this movie. First, they better have a different TV show host, or something crazy like that happen with someone who's like popular at the time of this time or whatever, for him to go and. But I don't want a full rehash of one. Like, I want him to get into a fight with, like, maybe Drew Carey would be funny. The Price is Right. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think Drew Carey would be a funny one?
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, though. We're going to be missing out on a few major stars.
Chubs?
First of all, no Chubs.
No Chubs.
No Grandma.
No Grandma.
No Bob Barker.
No Bob Barker.
No Mr. Larson. The nail guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he passed in 2014. So all of them, iconic characters in the Happy Madison, well, at least in
Maybe
Happy
he'll take
Gilmore.
some of his friends, though, like Dante, and put Dante.
Oh,
in.
no, they are not on good terms.
Oh.
Oh
yeah, I think you told me about that.
I watched a TikTok about that. They're actually not good. Like, I don't think he's part of Happy Madison Productions anymore.
Damn,
Yeah,
I really
he's
like
not good
Dante.
anymore. Yep. So that's a movie coming out, and the script has been handed to Shooter McGavin's actor. I always forget his name. He's always just
I don't remember his name, but yeah.
he's just known as Shooter McGavin, even though he's
Green
been
Jacket.
in so many movies. And I'm sure if Brent were here, he would know it.
Yeah, he knows.
He would know it.
He knows.
Beetlejuice trailer came out.
Oh, you almost said it 3 times.
No Jeffrey Jones in this one. We expect that though.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that they're divorced. The parents are divorced, or the
Mhm.
death is.
It says that there's a death that brings people together.
Yeah, there's a funeral going on in this movie, right in the trailer. And then Beetlejuice comes back. So we're kind of guessing. Just here's.
I'm just really happy that they brought back original casting, though.
Here's
Like,
the official Warner Brothers synopsis.
Okay.
I think it's Warner Brothers anyway. Beetlejuice is back. After an unexpected family tragedy, 3 generations of the Dietz family return home to Winter River. Still haunted by Beetlejuice, Lydia's life is turned upside down when her rebellious teenage daughter Astrid discovers the mysterious model of the town in the attic, and the portal to the afterlife is accidentally opened. With trouble brewing in both realms, it's only a matter of time until someone says Beetlejuice's name 3 times, and the mischievous demon returns to unleash his very own brand of mayhem.
Honestly, I can't wait.
Comes out in
I
September.
absolutely loved Beetlejuice growing up.
I was
that would be a
introduced to
great
Beetlejuice, like, real
cosplay,
late.
by the way, doing like a lady Beetlejuice.
Oh, I'm sure.
That would be so cool to do.
Yeah.
Make a suit and the makeup and everything. Oh, that would be cool, actually. Ooh, maybe that's a Halloween. Because I can't wear that damn thing around on Halloween.
Pyramid Head.
I can't be Pyramid Head for Halloween.
Well,
I'm
you
going to have
know,
to come up with something
actually,
else.
you know what? You're not going to be the only person being Beetlejuice this Halloween, because this is going to be brought back.
Okay,
into the
I'm going to make it my
mainstream,
own, and I'm going to make it look 10 times better.
All right, I'm just saying. So I'm guessing
idea.
I'm guessing this death is like, you know, what brings Beetlejuice back, and the title of the movie suggests that there's
That it's
going to
be a third one.
There's going to be a third one. So
Which I'd be fine with, unless they're shooting it back to back and like.
Tim Burton is not known for that. Tim Burton is either really good or he's really bad. So what's that?
Brian says, I'm going to be Lydia. You do that, Brian. You got
That's
long
funny.
hair,
I
long
could
dark
not
hair.
imagine him shaving his beard. So it looks good. Looks good. I'm excited. Another movie announcement. We got a few announcements here. I'm just going to keep going down the list. The Sims movie is official with Margot Robbie attached. We'll see. We'll see how this
They
one
better
goes.
not fuck up my game.
Yeah.
I could make a better Sims movie. I know I could than Margot Robbie.
You don't know what she's capable of. She's probably got it in her. I don't know. She's done it plenty of times. So that
They
comes
better
out.
not mess it up. They better actually talk Somalian, or else I'm. The whole movie needs to be in subtitles in English, because if they're gonna make this an actual Sims movie, they need to talk in Somalian.
I don't know. That's a weird one. I could see him doing that. Simlish. The never-ending story is set to continue or be retold. There's going to be a live-action film adaptation coming up of the never-ending story. It will retell stories from the book series, giving a fresh take on the material. No cast or crew has been announced yet.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, they did it
The
to
first
Dark
one
Crystal.
is classic.
Didn't they do it to Labyrinth?
No.
Okay, so Dark Crystal got the reboot.
I don't think they did still Labyrinth. I hope not.
So Dark Crystal did, and they
still haven't watched Dark Crystal.
I know.
I really enjoy Dark Crystal. I like Dark Crystal.
I know you do. It's a little scary, right?
It is as a kid, but I still loved it.
Yeah. Popeye is getting the reboot treatment as well. Same production company
nope.
as.
I'm against it.
It's the same. Hold on. Same production company as Rise of the Planet of the Apes, so I'm optimistic. You're going
Robin
to
Williams.
need someone very animated, I'm saying.
Robin Williams.
So you can act like and portray the character very well, or it's going to flop and flop hard. Channing Tatum, maybe?
As Popeye?
No? You don't think?
No.
Who do you think could do it?
Robin Williams.
He's dead.
Shut up.
What? He passed away like
I know, but that
a decade ago, right?
Yeah, and that was probably like the first celebrity death that ever like tore
Hit
me.
you? Yeah, Heath Ledger.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess Heath Ledger was.
Heath
first.
Ledger was
Heath
first.
Ledger. Okay, so but anyway, he was the second one.
Yeah, but no, like you need to have. You're gonna have somebody.
I don't know who. It would have to be a nobody, or else I'm gonna typecast him.
Right. Maybe. Yeah, I guess so.
But the thing is, like, it'll probably be slightly successful because it's not gonna aim to our generation. It's gonna aim to a newer generation, and us older people are gonna be like, don't. Leave it alone.
Right.
Come up with something original.
Please do. Well, I mean,
Don't fuck with our old classic movies. We don't need remakes.
When you're watching a movie, though, Alex, I'm going to move on to this next subject and segue into this next one. Is there anything in a movie or TV show you've wanted to eat or drink?
Yep.
What?
It pops up all the time on my 90s thing on.
I think we talked about this as a fan question, right?
Yeah.
What was it?
I mean, one of them, the big thing my mouth is watering, is the pizza on a Goofy movie.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
The pizza that they're eating in the RV, like Max and...
it's cheesy as frick.
It's just...
Peely.
I don't know. It just looks so good.
Boy, I can't wait to see the repeat of that one.
I'm trying to... Stop.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
trying to think of, like, other... That's the only one that's, like blocking the rest of my head right now is just, like, the cheese pizza. Or it was, like, cheese or... I think it was just cheese.
Myself was always like the Krabby Patty from SpongeBob. I always wondered how good that really was. But they are
When I think about that, I think about the gummies.
Oh yeah.
The little gummy.
I used to eat those
at the Roller Dome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had those all the
time.
Yeah,
little gummy Krabby Patties.
They're bringing out the Star Wars blue milk.
Ew. Why would you want to drink blue milk?
So
you
they
probably
can poo blue.
So they can poop blue.
Yep.
They stole it from me. Copyright.
Yep. So Star Wars blue milk.
Only I'm allowed to poop blue.
What?
I don't.
That's what it is.
That looks disgusting.
I'm gonna show it on the.
It looks disgusting. Ugh.
I gotta show it on here.
Like I don't like strawberry milk even. I like chocolate and I like regular milk. Like I don't even like strawberry milk.
I love strawberry milk.
I know you do, but like, what are they gonna make it taste like? Oh God, that looks gross.
Like for real, man.
What's it gonna taste like? Oh, that looks gross.
It's coming to a galaxy near you. I wonder if it even has like a flavor to it.
That's what I mean. Like, is it gonna taste like something, or is it just gonna be milk?
Like, look at that. Blue milk.
No.
That's weird, man.
No. No blue milk.
No milk will ever be our milk. No blue milk.
It tastes like the park. It's kind of sweet milk. Oh, if it tastes like the park. What? The park. If it tastes like the park, it's kind of sweet milk. I don't know what you mean by park.
I'm not certain what that, but either way.
Oh, he's had it. Oh, like he said he's had it at Disneyland. If it tastes like the one at the park, Disneyland.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. So,
us
yeah.
non-California people, you gotta let us know what the park means.
The park that's slang. Must be.
Well, probably slang down in Florida too for Disney World.
So,
have you been to the park?
Have you been to the park? I've been to the park. I've been to the park all the time. All right, we got to talk about WrestleMania, and we got to talk about wrestling stuff before we head out of here. So that's happening this next 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we're going to have WrestleMania right before the next show. So we got to talk about it now. Unfortunately, we haven't really I haven't really thought a lot on this one because I've been seeing other people's responses. I don't want to steal.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's
I don't want to steal other people's. So,
well, can I go first then?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what are you gonna?
What is your favorite WrestleMania match of all time?
Yeah, so I think I had to look it up because I think it is.
Yeah.
I want to say it's. I don't know what number WrestleMania this is, but it's 2007. John Cena and Shawn Michaels.
23.
Okay, was that the one that we watched with Luke? And
no, that was WrestleMania 25.
That was?
That one I have written down right here. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels 1.
That's what it was.
Undertaker. That was their first bout.
Mm-hmm.
That one is in the top 5 of a lot of people.
That was the one that I remember.
The second bout was really good, but the first one, you felt like Shawn Michaels was going to steal it the whole time.
Yes!
You felt.
And then freaking Luke was like, "Oh, I know the ending. This is gonna happen."
Like,
and then he called a move that was gonna happen. And
I ran over him like, no.
He's like, that was my favorite one, I think, because I was like, "There's no fucking way he knows."
So I have 3.
I mean, all right. For anybody listening, I only started watching WWE in 2005. Yeah, 5.
So
that's when I got into it.
You started
the John Cena Edge time.
Yeah.
John Cena Edge, Randy Orton, those guys were freaking main. Yeah, at the time.
So
Carlito.
I got one that is probably gonna be on another person's list, and that's The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania X8. That one is major for a lot of people because it was icon versus icon, and it was perfect timing, basically just passing the belt to The Rock, even though The Rock already had the thunder and lightning. He needed the actual guarantee, yeah, you're the man, and he beat Hogan. And I mean, I get that. That was when
I've
The Rock
seen that match.
Oh yeah, you were drunk when you watched that match. You tried to do the kick up, the kick flip.
I can't
from the ground.
I can't do it now.
You about broke your back.
I can't do it now.
And I did mention the one that you mentioned that was also on my list. That was Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. But my third one is a little controversial because of one person that's in it, and that's Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus Chris Benoit.
Oh, okay.
That match was full technical, and it was, if I showed it to you today, you wouldn't know who was going to come out as the winner. Really, you really wouldn't. Oh, it was bout for bout. You don't know who's really going to come out on top. If you don't know who won, I'm not going to tell you because I want you to see the match.
We should
watch these matches, watch some of the best ones. I looked at a list of the best ones on Variety or something, and that one was up there, and I was like, that was actually my first WrestleMania, was WrestleMania 20. So I got spoiled with a really good match at the beginning. So I will say that one is a big one. So those are my 3. But I'm going to go to Discord because I know that there's been answers in Discord, and I appreciate everyone who has given us answers out there.
I've got answers too.
Yeah, so we've got a big number of them. One of them, of course, Arrow listed.
I want to know if you know these matches too.
Okay.
That people are saying.
Arrow listed like.
I'm going to say, what did he list? 20?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't even. I'm just going to pull out a couple of them. Orton versus Taker at WrestleMania 21. You might remember this one. Bobby Lashley versus Umaga at WrestleMania 23. That was the hair versus hair match.
Yeah.
That one was pretty intense. But then again, he also is a stickler for Bobby Lashley. He likes Bobby Lashley a lot.
Mm-hmm. Was there a Mr. Kennedy one?
He was.
Or am I just thinking of the Money in the Bank one that I like?
The big one was Money in the Bank.
Okay.
I don't think he did anything major at Mania before he was cut out. Batista versus Triple H at WrestleMania 21. That one was good. I do remember that one. Yep. And then I'm going to name another one of his that we might know. Kane versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 20. That one was a great match. That was a great match. We got one from Terrible Terrors. Shout out to him. And check out his podcast. He just did a review on that new horror movie that just came out. Did I delete it? Oh, Late Night with the Devil. Check out his podcast. He said, you know me, I'm not a huge wrestling guy, but Bret Hart versus Owen Hart at WrestleMania 10 is one of the best matches ever. Which, of course, they're both very technical, and the Hart Foundation was like always big into wrestling. And of course, you're going to get two great matches between the two because they're going to look at each other and know what they're going to do and kind of work together very well. So when you get that, it's sometimes pure gold. Got one from Solistix4. He said, too many to just give one. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25 was badass. That was the one we were just mentioning. The Rock versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania 17 was so classic, was one of the best buildups ever. The Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian TLC match spawned its own pay-per-view. It sure did. That was the one that you saw where Edge speared. Or was the Edge spearing off of the titles at SummerSlam? I don't want to give you the wrong one, but they did two of those matches, TLC matches. Yeah. Miz versus Cena at WrestleMania 27 because everyone hated on my boy Miz and said he would lose the belt to Cena, and he retained the belt. Yeah, but he retained the belt to a technicality. That was WrestleMania 27 is considered the worst WrestleMania of all time, by the way.
Okay.
It's not good. Nobody likes 27 as far as like
except
best
Patrick.
WrestleManias. He just said he just likes that match. I don't know if he likes the whole Mania as a whole. The WrestleMania and WrestleMania 3 where Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. So, all right, those were that was Discord. What do you got?
So I reached out to the one person that I knew that's been like obsessed with wrestling since I've known him.
Okay.
Ronnie.
Okay. What do you say?
Because he's actually done like wrestling and things like that.
I should have seen what Rick was gonna say.
So I reached out to Ronnie, a family friend.
Yeah.
He said Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man WrestleMania 3.
Okay.
He said that was his absolute favorite.
Sometimes when people give those reasons, that's always good. But I totally get that when you just. Older WrestleManias are hard to give.
If you didn't watch them at the time, like if you weren't into them.
Yeah.
Just because they're obviously like it's gotten better. Well, it's gone in a roller coaster, but like you know what I mean.
The athletics has gotten better.
Yeah. I have one from We Seen It podcast.
Shout out to them.
Dudley Boys versus Edge and Christian versus Hardy Boys. Not sure what number, but I never saw a chair the same after that.
Dude, Jeff Hardy was always one to do some crazy stuff, and
the Hardys are like, I have a hard on for the Hardys.
They're not anymore. They're bad. Like
okay, back
Matt,
in like
Matt,
when I watched them.
Jeff is not.
Jeff, are you kidding? Jeff was my favorite.
No. Jeff is not good now.
Oh,
like he's consistently getting back onto drugs, so he just can't seem to get off that. So, yeah. Anyways.
We've got one from Justin.
Justin.
He says when The Rock and Stone Cold went at it, I believe it was he's using the Roman numeral things. I don't know what it is.
17 is
Sure.
the one. Or 18, sorry.
And it was the first time as a kid I saw two of my favorites use each other's finishers during a match. It was electric.
It was a very electric WrestleMania moment for those two. Like, the crowd was on both sides. You didn't know who was going to win that one. When you don't know who's going to win, it's like those are the best matches. Side note, yesterday was the beginning of the Undertaker streak at WrestleMania 7, by the way. Undertaker versus Jimmy Snuka, March 24th, 1991. How crazy is that? So WrestleMania XL is right around the corner, and that is when? That is April 6th and 7th. So this is the card. The Bloodline, which is The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins in a tag team match. That's on night 1, officially booked. Some of these aren't even booked on the official nights. They have them TBA. But if Rhodes and Rollins win, all members of the Bloodline will be barred from the ringside during the undisputed match at night 2. If The Rock and Reigns win, the match at night 2 will be held under Bloodline rules, which is essentially Extreme Rules. So,
okay.
Another match that's booked: Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the heavyweight championship.
Well, let's do this.
Let's hope Drew McIntyre wins because he deserves a good victory in front of a crowd. And then, of course, booked as well as Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed. So that'll be a good match. That'll be a good match for sure. These are other matches that are not booked on the days yet. Io Sky versus Bayley for the women's championship.
Go Io.
Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the women's world. I'm going to be rooting for Rhea.
I like both, but Rhea.
Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental.
Oh, damn it. Why they got to do that?
Why do they got to put
Why
two
they
good
gotta
ones?
do that? I actually like Gunther.
He's
Gunther,
really good.
Gunther. I like her. Or I like her. Like Gunther.
Gunther is really
I like
cool.
him.
Mhm.
But I also really like Sami Zayn.
I think Sammy wins this one.
Probably.
But Gunther's held the belt for a long time. I think he's held it for he's got the record or something. The Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus DIY, which are Johnny Gargano and I'm not going to say that name, versus the Awesome Truth, the Miz and R-Truth versus the New Day versus the SmackDown tournament winners for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. That's a lot of freaking people in the ring at once. Can we separate that stuff out, please? LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Go LA Knight.
Go LA
Yeah. Jay Uso versus Jimmy Uso.
Oh, okay. Which twin's gonna get it?
There's a big storyline going on there. I don't know if you know that.
Patrick. Yeah.
Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship.
Fuck up Logan Paul. Break his fucking nose.
But he's got the Prime membership or the sponsorship in the ring, and
Fuck up his sponsorship.
That's Mania 40 right now.
I don't think Kevin Owens legit. I think he legit hates him. I don't think it's an act. I think he actually really doesn't like him.
We watched a thing where he doesn't. We watched an interview with him and Becky Lynch where he doesn't let his kid watch any Logan Paul. Yeah.
I don't think he likes him at all.
Well, he's a very nice guy.
I know that he's a nice.
My gosh,
he's
got
Canadian.
quite the Canadian accent
He's got a very strong Canadian accent.
Oh my gosh, it's so weird.
Just because he's a Canadian doesn't mean that he's nice.
Yeah,
he just sounds. I can't do it.
Oh wow, Brian said I think an Uso is gonna win that match. I think so, bro.
I said show you.
What?
Oh, it's trying to oh, you handled it?
What? I didn't handle anything. What are you talking about?
It said another moderator handled this. Brian said fuck up his own company sponsorship. Okay.
Okay, Pixel. He wanted to
and I tried to
chime
say
in.
push show, but it said another moderator just handled this. But okay, sure. I thought you and I were the only moderators, but that's fine. Okay, YouTube. Some mystery moderator.
So WrestleMania is April 6th and 7th. We'll be watching it on the second night. We'll watch the first part before the second part because we're not gonna not have you stream on that Saturday, right? What is that?
It says Pixel. Pixel was the moderator on duty. Pixel, really? Because remember you just barked. He was like, "Oh, somebody said something in the chat."
Now he lays down like a good
Pixel.
boy. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to get to? I think we got to get out of here. It's 9. Oh my god.
Yes,
gosh.
I know you have. You have a very long drive in the
I
morning.
have to drive in the morning.
I have to work in the morning. We have to go to bed.
Yeah, we gotta do our plugs. So,
Yeah.
Shoot. Go ahead and plug your Twitch, Alex. Go ahead. Shoot.
Shoot. If you'd like to watch me stream, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. Right now, kind of pretty heavy in some either Master Chief Collection or Infinite. I'm really liking Halo. But I go back and forth between that and Fortnite, and Josh and I have been having an itch to go back to D2.
Destiny 2. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Sure
so
did.
nice. I'm just afraid to get
I don't want.
I'm
Okay.
gonna get stuck.
What I don't like is happening, Alex, is we're doing all these musical chairs on games. We're not sticking to some for a while.
I
We keep on having to
know.
install. So
I know.
it's because there's no good game that we stick to anymore. Everything.
Yes,
is
I
all
know.
over
I
the
know he
place.
will, Brian. That's what
Um,
we're thinking is
Like,
Quentin really wants another.
well, why?
Quentin really wants us to play.
See, we're a crew of we could get 6 people. I'm sure
We could, but we have to stick together on
We
the
do.
same timeline, and it's
Wavelength
very
and everything.
difficult too.
Yeah, it is. My stream, twitch.tv/Mr. L. Follow me there. I stream on Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. I will not be streaming Tuesday because I will be driving into South Bend and back, which is my freaking going into the office day. So I'll be doing that 2 days in a row. So Wednesday I'll be pretty wrecked too. But I'll be on Thursday, probably playing some Fall Guys. And then Fortnite on Saturday mornings for the most part, unless otherwise scheduled. So make sure you guys follow me there. I appreciate all y'all who have come into our chats and everything, especially during Alex's 6th year. That's pretty awesome. Appreciate y'all doing that. As far as our social media goes, would appreciate if you guys follow us on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and X/Twitter. Make sure you're following us there, PTOUnlimited. Just search us all over the place. Make sure you're checking out our merchandise as well. And also make sure you guys are hitting the like button on this video. And if you are not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to the PTO Unlimited podcast YouTube channel and hit the bell to be notified when we're live, which is normally every other Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I had to think about that
follow
for
us
a
there.
second.
Yeah. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L. No, just plug yours.
Oh, cute_kitty.
Yeah. On the final note, Alex and I bought tickets to go see Spider-Man 2002.
I was
in
like, we bought tickets for what?
theaters. Yeah.
Like you're announcing something that I don't know. What'd you buy?
No, we bought tickets to the Spider-Man. They're bringing all the Spider-Mans back in the theaters. I think Disney's just trying to get one more fast buck out
That's
of them.
fine. We can give them a buck.
Or Sony. I don't know who's got.
Wait,
the
how
rights
much
to
for
that.
tickets?
$5.
$5.
So we are going to the 6:30 showing, which I believe is the exact same time we went and saw
I have
it.
the ticket downstairs.
Yeah. No, you got in that little tin.
I have it downstairs
Yeah.
in the tin.
We have the exact same. I think we're at the exact same time. Different theater though, because it's not being shown at the theater we saw it at. But we're seeing
I wonder
it.
if we can get them printed there, like our ticket. Like if we go to the window, can we can I have a printed version?
I don't know.
So that way, if it comes on a little stub, then I can put it side by side.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
I can print the actual stub off of my Regal thing. I can screenshot it at least if you can't.
Is that what I want?
I know it's not. It's not the same thing. But yeah. We're gonna be going and seeing that. I'm really excited to do that. Our first date all over again.
It wasn't a date.
You say it was.
No,
I say it wasn't.
wasn't it? No, you said it was a date.
I said it wasn't.
It's not a date. It was our first time. It's basically what sparked, or not sparked, but started the magnetic connection between you and I. Kind of started to cement it together. Was, oh, do you want to sit? Oh, hey, you're at Spider-Man. You want to sit together?
You know what I had to do for you?
What?
So
Not
I got
sit with your father, and I didn't
well. That
sit
was
with
one.
mine.
That was one. It would have been a movie to go see with my dad. It was gonna be a nice thing, but
And it was
instead
going
I
to
sat-
be a movie you have to go see with my dad, but instead we both sat with
No one believes me that I didn't plan this date at all. No one believes me that I didn't plan
whatever.
it.
I got off the phone with you and said, I'm going to
There
go see
is
Spider-Man.
one good theater at the time in the city, and it was where we went because I was excited to go see it in this really good theater. And I said, I'm going to go to the 6:30 showing because they were showing every half hour.
Mhm.
And we went to that showing, and it was just
And then I
perfect.
looked over at the concessions, and there you were in your red hoodie.
What if
and
you
I
were going
said,
to, like,
oh
this-
my God, you're
What if
here.
you were going to a different one? How disappointed would you have been?
I would have probably sat in the movie theater the whole time,
Wondering where
not I probably would have. I don't know.
you
I
didn't
would,
pay attention to
I
the movie
wouldn't have
anyway.
paid attention to the movie. I probably just would have been like, Josh is in the theater with me somewhere. I should be sitting with him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But yeah,
So-
that was how many years ago? 22?
22 years
22
ago.
years
when we
ago.
went our first movie. So we'll be
It's
going
almost exactly 22 years too.
Yeah.
It was in May when we watched it, I
yeah,
think.
May of 2002 is when it came out. So, yeah. Really close. April 15th is when we'll be seeing it. So, it's really close to the time. It's really exciting to see.
Where'd you pick our seats?
Back left. I don't
Okay.
know, like middle left, middle
Okay,
back
I
left.
just kind of want to know.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate y'all joining. You guys have a good rest of your week. We'll see you later. You guys have a good week. Bye.